Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to our Suzerain live streamed playthrough, where we have just been given an extension to our emergency powers, where we have just been given unlimited power. I am very excited to wield it going forward. It's honestly such a big relief to see that we're not going to jail. I was very nervous that things were going to come to an abrupt end for this playthrough, but no, things are actually looking pretty good. Things are actually looking pretty good. How's it going, folks? I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful week behind you. I hope you've got a beautiful Friday ahead of you and a beautiful weekend as well, perhaps. A warm welcome to all y'all hanging out right off the bat. We got Mark Garagos Manye, I hope I pronounced that correctly, buddy. Correct me if I am wrong. We got Dakota Ferry, we got Classified, Beast Orpher, Jazzy B, Grateful, Aaron Plays Games, Nico, Hal Thor, how's it going, buddy? Akshim James, Almost Casual, how is everybody doing? Nico, Sith Lightning, always guaranteed, without a shadow of a doubt, buddy. Aaron, you're new here. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you have a good time today hanging out. Have you been watching the VODs, or are you like new to the channel completely, or just new to the live stream experience on this channel? Or just let me know. And if you're familiar with Suzerain, or if you're not familiar with Suzerain, if you have any questions, go for it, buddy. Glad you could join us today, though, and I hope you have a good time. And Jazzy B, I see you're not going to be able to make it today. Gonna catch the VOD later. Sounds good. Well, I will try to stay alive. No promises, though. I feel like there are a couple of targets on our back. But thanks for dropping by and saying hi. Have yourself a beautiful Friday, buddy, and I hope you're enjoying the VOD when you're watching it. Hell, Thor, I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. It's been an intense week. It's been an intense couple of weeks, and there's a video that I'll be dropping later today, shortly after the stream, actually, which I think will explain why I might sound a little bit tired and why my voice might sound a little hoarse right now. But I'm excited to share it, and I've got a pretty exciting evening planned as well. The Last Duel came out, a new Ridley Scott movie, which I'm very excited for. I'm going to try and make the time to watch it today and take some time off tonight. We'll see, though. We'll see. How about you, buddy? How's it going? Thanks for asking. New to it? All right, sounds good. Well, like I said, Aaron, if you've got questions, ask away. I didn't think it was that kind of game, Nico. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Aditya, it's Navratri here in India at the end of a 10-day festival. Sounds like a good 10 days of celebration. It's the holiday season, I guess, kind of, right? Diwali and stuff coming up, if I'm not mistaken, in a couple of weeks. You've played it one time? All right, cool, sounds good. JT, how's it going, buddy? And Jamie Moodley, hey, hope the economy starts to pick up. Honestly, yeah, me too. Like, what is up with the economy? Lagging behind, right? What is going on there? And Conrado, see, how's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it today. Having a good day, I suppose, I hope. Fuzzy morning brain. Don't worry, we'll get over that hump. We'll get over that hump. Nay, you sound like you. Goddamn it, Nico. No comment. No comment. All right, we are. To touch on that economy comment. I mean, yeah, we've been doing very well as far as finances are concerned. Like, human rights be damned. As far as the economy, or rather not the economy, as far as like the government budget is concerned, as far as our personal wealth is concerned, things are going pretty well. But the economy is still lagging behind, and I'm not sure what might inject some just a little bit of like adrenaline into it, just to get it going. I'm a little worried about how far behind it is. We've been fortunate not to suffer from a stock market crash or anything like that, as we have Matsugo Nosferat subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for subscribing, buddy. Hope you are enjoying the show. If you are, you know what to do. Let me know down below. Gotta get as many puns out before I head off. Sounds good, Nico. It's always good to densely pack them. It's always good to have a stable flow of puns. Oof. Frank better shape up indeed. Yeah, so just as a quick reminder, folks, our son, well, he didn't flunk out of school or anything, but he flunked, like, he failed his entrance exams, I guess, or his like his SAT equivalent, I guess, that would allow him to have his pick of universities. Fortunately, his dad is the president, so I was able to get him into a proper school, but he still has to, kind of pick up the slack. So we have two things that are holding us back right now: our economy and our sun, our air, right? If everything goes properly, hopefully both those things pick up the slack, right? Conrado, see, that's a poignant quote. That is a poignant quote. But yeah, I'm hoping that once this industrial zone gets completed, we'll see the economy recover. I'm hoping that our very aggressive privatization of, you know, like the Nadam mining group and things like that will help the economy recover as well. We've made a lot of right moves, I think, from a purely like economic standpoint. We've made a lot of harsh but correct moves, I think, that I'm hoping will pay off. We might be this session looking at a potential meeting with the folks over at Volksland and the folks down at Lesbia as well. We briefly discussed that last session about opening the door to both conversations. I would love to become a Volkslandian ally just to spit in Agnolia's face. I would even go ahead and say that they have a rightful claim to Helgiport, or Helgeland rather. So we'll see how that plays out. And apart from that, yes, the Supreme Court kept the emergency powers active. They said that my decision was not unlawful or anything like that, so I'm safe from jail. Not so safe from a potential assassination, though, of course. To become a member, Aaron Plays Games, yeah, if you hit the join button, that should be right below the video. You can join up and become a member there. There are a few different sort of tiers and stuff. You can join in at different ranks, but yes, it's like, think of it like a Twitch subscription kind of a thing, where you get access to emotes, you get a title in our Discord and things like that. Yeah. to air is Frank. You know, Classified, that like turn of phrase always throws me off. Is it like to err is human, to err is human? It always throws me off, and I'm gonna always think about that line when I have to say it. The economy question had me thinking you were talking about the real life world. Oh God, no sir, no sir. All right, let's go ahead and deal with the situation at Hallsword right now. Again, feeling pretty good about where things stand. PFJP condemns Supreme Court decision. Of course they do. We'll take a look at this, we'll take a look at the news, and then we'll dive into the cabinet meeting on the results of the vote. I assume that's the Supreme Court decision. What other major vote was there recently? We'll see. In today's press statement, Franz Richter criticized the Supreme Court for ruling the emergency decree legal, blaming the Chief Justice for protecting the President despite his illegal actions. In his speech, he called the Supreme Court to stop obstructing democracy and condemn both the administration and the Solace justices. He also said that the President must be held accountable for acting against the Constitution. I mean, if you're not going to trust the Supreme Court to uphold the law, then, you know, what's the point of any of this, friends? What's the point of any of this? Though this does remind me, just a quick reminder, we did go to the movies to check out that new film. Forget the name of it already. But when we went to the washroom after the movie was done, we did bump into an old acquaintance. We did bump into Saul, and the press had a field day with that. And I do believe our conversation with Saul is at least partly what got us that Supreme Court decision. So I'm glad that worked out. Glad that worked out. Francis, how's it going, buddy? Having a beautiful Friday, I hope. Halthor, look at it like a Netflix subscription, but with better content, and your money goes to someone who deserves it. Thank you very much, Halthor. I really appreciate it. That's you flatter me, buddy. Humbling words. I appreciate it greatly. Have you seen How to Become a Tyrant on Netflix? Wait, hold on, Nico. Is this an actual thing, or because I have not, and now I am curious. Home of Animals, man. That sounds rough. How you guys feeling? Oh man, is it super rough? Are you dealing with it all right, or man, that best of luck recovering from that. The best of luck recovering from that, man. It's a docu-series. Okay, Nico, I will check that out. I love a good documentary. It's always, there's so many of them though. It's always hard to pick the best ones out from like the crowd. You know, I love a good documentary. All right, let's deal with it. You know, I've kind of liked dealing with the radical first because we get to see their nonsense news. And then we can actually read some real news afterwards to, like, you know, wash it down, basically. So the Radical, what do you have to say? Supreme Court defends the emergency. Of course it does. See, no one has faith in the system. If you have no faith in the system, then why, like, what are you doing? Despite accepting to review Franz Richter's case, the Supreme Court ruled that the state of emergency is completely constitutional, allowing emergency to be extended further. The solaced justices of the Supreme Court have once again stopped in front of change and peace, solidifying their alliance with President Rain and his administration. This collaboration between the President and the old guard-dominated Constitutional Court is proving to be very dangerous. The ongoing state of emergency has already resulted in the arrests of thousands of Sordish civilians, forcing thousands to flee the country and hundreds of missing people. How longer will this go on? How much longer will this go on? Again, I feel like I've mentioned this before, and I'm not going to belabor the point. I just feel like the writing in this game overall is damn near excellent. But with some of the decisions we've made, I feel like it's almost been undercooked a little bit. A lot more typos and sort of just language errors in some of the events that are associated with going down this dark path, and they do stand out. Not as bad as it was 4 or 5 episodes ago, that one episode, but they do stand out. The Hull, then again, this is the Radical, so you can't expect good writing from the Radical. The Hull Sword Post has this to say: Supreme Court rules emergency lawful. The Supreme Court ruled that the declaration of the state of emergency with President Rain's emergency decree did not violate any of the articles of the Sordish Constitution. In the verdict written by Chief Justice Orso Hawker, the court disagreed with Friends Richter and found that the emergency decree did not violate the Rights of Freedom Clause of the Constitution. The court defended the emergency decree, arguing that the Sordish state has in fact faced imminent danger, as will not admit of delay, which justifies the actions of the administration. Imminent danger indeed. Let's not forget about the whistleblower that showed up last session. The whistleblower to whom we have granted asylum. We are going to grill him for answers to all sorts of questions, and hopefully that grilling doesn't have to be too literal, but if he keeps his mouth shut, it definitely will. You gotta go home with animals? Alright, sounds good. Well, I do hope you feel better soon, buddy. I hope your entire family kind of, feels better. If it gives you some hope, if it gives you some some solace or anything like that, my grandma, 90 plus years old, got COVID, and the doctors were like, this is the mildest case of COVID we've ever seen, and a week later, she kicked it, and she was fine. It was just fine. When I say kicked it, I mean COVID. Jesus, not the bucket. Worst time to use that turn of phrase, but no. So so I hope you're okay. I hope your family's okay, and I hope you're not dealing with some of the worst symptoms and stuff, man. Yeah, no, not the buck. what a terrible choice of words there. Oh my god, I should really try and get that cup of tea in before the streams in the morning. God damn. Oh my god, goddamn. David B, how's it going, buddy? Can't stay long, got work to do. Just want to say, how did I not know there's going to be an Ashoka live action series? Wait, hang on a second. Oh, sorry. Ahsoka. Yeah. That was announced close to the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian, wasn't it? Yeah. There's going to be Ahsoka. There's going to be there's the Obi-Wan one. There's the Book of Boba Fett. There's quite a few Disney things coming. And honestly, after The Mandalorian, Disney, Star Wars things. After The Mandalorian, my faith is a little restored. I'm looking forward to some of those shows and seeing how they play out. Now, The Bad Batch was that was a bad batch, but The Mandalorian has given me hope, so I'm excited for Ahsoka. Also, whenever I read Ahsoka's name, I think Ashoka, like the Mauryan Emperor, and I was like, oh wow, a historical series that I haven't heard about coming out. Let me check it out, and then I realized, wait, no, I read it wrong. You meant Ahsoka. Flak Armor coming through with a super chat. We'll catch the VOD. Have fun. Thank you very much, buddy, for dropping by, saying hi, and that super chat. As you very well know, super chats really help the channel. Keeps it all sustainable, keeps it all alive and running smoothly. Appreciate it greatly, and do enjoy the VOD when you get a chance to watch it. But yeah, thanks for coming through, bud, and thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it greatly. Francis, you gotta go. Sounds good. Gotta go to bed now. Okay, sounds good then. Have yourself a wonderful night's sleep, buddy. And if you're catching the VOD, then I do hope you enjoy it. But enjoy your weekend otherwise. Disney Star Wars is not canon. I mean, the sequel trilogy, sure. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Yeah, sure. And then what's it called? The new anime thing is not canon as far as I know. It's officially non-canonical exploration of the universe. So there's that. But The Mandalorian though is okay. Watched for a year as of last year. Aaron, been some time. Maybe want more Thrawn stuff, Nico. I mean, we're how's the Old Republic stuff that they've been releasing? Those books and comics and stuff. I'm curious about that. As we head on over to our cabinet meeting on the results of the vote. Again, which vote? Star Wars is the quickest way to, like, distract me, pull me right off topic. It's the fastest way to do it. My apologies, folks. The very mention of Star Wars will pull me on a tangent. A positive or a negative one, depending on what we're talking about as far as Star Wars. Anyway. Just before I go, Home Animal says, I would like to say I've been watching since 125k. Been some time. 125k, that's like a couple months into the year, so it's been quite some time. Man, it's wild to see this year, kind of like in hindsight, where the channels come. This year and last year have been insane. Wait, hold on, 120. It's all a blur. It's all a blur these last 2 years. You've given the High Republic stuff a total pass? Maybe I'll have to ask Papa Nurgle about the High Republic stuff. I'm curious about it, because it's an interesting time period, at least. Alright, Lucian stood upright, holding a large folder of files under his arm. He bowed in acknowledgement. He looked exhausted. The cabinet has gathered in the White Room, sir. The Vice President will be opening the session soon. We can go in whenever you're ready. Thank you, Lucian. You look tired. How are you holding up? You gotta be nice to people, especially the people who are closest to you, because they're within stabbing distance, right? Thank you, Lucian. You look tired. How are you holding up? Oh, it's nothing, sir. I'm ready and able as always. You sure? You can be honest with me. I'm always honest with you, sir. I'll admit, this last year was tough, especially all that work with the old guard, but it's nothing to break me down, sir. Trust me. He fixed his tie. Anything you want to say before we go in? No, sir. Everything is under control, but I'm sure the ministers will raise their concerns at the meeting. Concerns? Doesn't sound like everything's under control. There are members of the cabinet that are quite discontent about the state of emergency, sir. You already knew and expected this, I presume. I just wanted to give you a heads up. Yeah, I mean, some familiar faces are certainly going to show up over here complaining about the very necessary state of emergency that's keeping our country together right now. Oh, they don't even have the guts to face me. If the party doesn't fall in line, we must consider radical changes. You know what? I think I'm on board with that. Papa also ignored it for the same reasons. So, what reasons? Just like not interested in the subject matter and stuff? Just have no faith in Star Wars right now? Because I understand. David B. Yeah, I did like that. That first episode was very good in Visions. That's what I forgot the name of the series. That first episode was really cool. But I watched the first episode and the second episode, and after finishing the second episode, which was the rock band one, I was like, I can't do this. The second episode of Star Wars Visions physically hurt me to watch. It was only like 12 minutes long, and it was the most painful, cringeworthy 12 minutes I've ever lived through, I think. Exactly, Halthor, exactly. It's time to form the new party, the party. They don't even have the guts to face me. If the party doesn't fall in line, we must consider radical changes. Such radical change towards the end of our term is not advised, sir, but we could talk about this in the meeting. Okay. He gestured to the door. I think we should go, sir. Vice President Vectron must have started the session already. Lucian held the door for me, and we both left the office for the White Room. When we entered the room, Peter was speaking to the cabinet members who were already seated around the table. As soon as they noticed me, they all stood up. Yeah, good day, everybody. I'm just like, How to go about this? Yeah, good day, everybody. Please, have a seat. Peter turned towards me. Everybody except him took their seats. He stood right next to my chair in the middle. Oh, Peter. Can always rely on you, buddy. And here's our president. He held my chair for me to sit down and smiled. Please. I sat down. Peter walked to his seat and spoke, still standing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to discuss our current status and plan the remaining of our term. I know that some of you have had your concerns about our style of governance so far, and there will be a time to speak up about these in the meeting today. But I must also thank you all for your hard work so far. We're very lucky to have a team like this. All of you have been invaluable to this administration. Nia and Sierra grimaced at his remarks. Having said that, now we've reached a critical point of our term. We are nearing the end. Sadly, and for reasons outside of our control, Sordland plunged into violent terror at the beginning of our term. It became our duty to save Sordland. We all knew it was an emergency. Today, the state of emergency still continues. Despite making some of our jobs harder, it has also helped stabilize our nation. I must thank Mr. President for being brave enough to act so swiftly, and thank you all for your understanding our predicament at this difficult time. Yosef was nodding in agreement, while Nia and Sierra whispered to each other. The emergency decree also gives the President the power to enact laws that are otherwise not possible, and this will open the way for our long-awaited reforms. He glanced at me. Excuse me? Oh, okay. Hang on. We're bringing these conversations back up. What the hell's going on, Peter? What is going on, Peter? I am not sure. Okay, so just as a brief reminder, there are ways that we can twist the reforms in our favor, right? Like, we can give ourselves more power through these reforms. But I don't think that's what anybody else has in mind. I'm not sure if I want to nod in agreement or shake my head in disagreement. Do I want to open this avenue or... Peter, I was just talking about how I can always count on you. What are you doing to me, man? I imagine Lucian is blindsided by this as well, because he would have probably brought it up, like warned me that this was coming up. God damn. Alright, look, it doesn't hurt to have the conversation and shut it down later, so I'll nod in agreement, see if we can't give ourselves more power, because see, if the emergency decree does have to go away at some point, then I can at least secure constitutional reforms that give me more power. That could at least, take us further. So maybe I should nod in agreement. And if the conversation turns sideways, I can always just be like, you know what, no, I'm not liking this. We're going to end this conversation right now. Gives us the option, right? Classic Peter, indeed, honestly. He did throw us under the bus a little bit, didn't he? Peter, what the hell, man? He knows how I feel about the reforms, too. This is like a little mini betrayal. God damn. Instructions unclear, coming through with a super chat. Thank you very much, buddy. Sorry I'm late. Here's some money. Well, thank you very much for the super chat, bud. Again, and as always, really helps with the channel, really helps keep all this sustainable and possible. So thank you so very, very much. And no worries, bud. I hope everything's okay. I hope whatever was keeping you isn't troubling or anything like that. I'm glad you can make it, though. And I hope your Friday's been treating you wonderfully. Glad you can make it, though, bud. Thanks for coming through, and thanks for the super chat as well. Halthor, just when you think Peter's your guy for life, he pulls a move like this. Honestly, man, I'm a little taken aback. I nodded in agreement. So, let's start the meeting with a brief look at some reports. He knows what he did. He knows that ellipses is the sign of a man who knows that he just stabbed his friend in the back, ever so slightly, just a little jab, just a tiny little nick. The stab nonetheless. He fumbled with a stack of papers in front of him. According to the latest polls, we have seen a decrease in our popularity. The public opinion has shrunk since we took office. They don't know what's good for them. He took out a piece of paper from the stack and inspected it. A major concern of the people is the state of our economy. We're slowly slipping into a depression. This conversation has me slipping into a depression, Peter. Come on, cheer up, buddy. This will have dire consequences for our administration. We mustn't lose hope and give it our best. Sordland needs us more than ever. Peter turned to me. I'll give the word to the president now. Oh, gee, thanks for the setup, buddy. That was like a second. It's like I'm being like shanked at in a prison or something. You get like multiple small stabs in, so that you can't get patched up. Death by 1,000 goddamn cuts over here, Peter. What's wrong with you? He sat down. This guy, honestly. This must be about the next term. It's too late for the regular reform path, I think. I would imagine so, Beastorfer. Yeah, that was so long ago. I'm surprised it even came back up. I'm also now extra bummed that our economy hasn't recovered before we had this conversation. Some of the decisions we made, I thought were definitely going to have us at, at least a semi-decent economy, not at 1 pip. Yeah, at 2, Peter, indeed. I've been thinking it, man. Jeez. Christ. Alright, let's see. Clap. Oh my god. A little bit of foreshadowing there, perhaps. Peter's familiar with the option number 4, I'm sure. Let's see. Thank you, Peter. No, you know what? He's been referring to me as the president. We're at work. Let's keep it formal, right? And a little cold as well, perhaps. Mr. Vice President, thank you for the opening. Everyone's eyes were focused on me. First, I want to hear brief reports from each ministry. Make everybody feel important, right? So that when my time comes, everyone's, maybe at least feeling a little heard. Peter gestured at Simon, and he immediately stood up. I'm also hoping for some good news over here. Mr. President, dear colleagues, Mr. Vice President was pretty on point with his summary of the current economic status. God damn it, Simon! He also used the word depression. He couldn't have been more correct. Our GDP has shrunk by 15% last year. This downward trend has broken our economy over the last years. If we cannot contain this in time, we will end our term, in the truest sense of the word, in a depression. Perfect timing for that cheering to come through as Ogre Wheeze subscribes to the channel. Thank you very much, buddy, for subscribing. I hope you're enjoying the show. If you are, again, you know what to do. Let me know down below. Hit that like button. And if you're not actually watching this live, if you're watching the VOD, leave a like, leave a comment. Ricky Cool, how's it going, buddy? Having a good Friday, I hope. Glad you can make it, bud. Thanks to our balanced budget, we're eyeing a manageable increase in our national debt at the end of the term. If my economic projections hold up along with the current trends, of course. Okay, that's promising. On the other hand, unemployment has seen no positive changes. There's been an increase in joblessness. It is now at 26%. We've lost control of the situation. We caused millions of people to lose their jobs. Pause for a moment. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess the military, our decisions with regards to conscription are a part of this. I'm trying to figure out what else has caused the loss of jobs. I mean, we gave big businesses tax cuts. You know, I mean, with all that extra wealth, surely they've been hiring more people, right? For some of those rained down economics. This is terrible. Is there more to it? Well, I don't want to get into too much detail right now, but I have to say that sadly our first infrastructure project has not resulted in much growth yet. God damn it. But apart from that, I'll finish with an update on our latest project. The manager reported that everything is going well and very fast with the Conriat Industrial Zone. Did we make the wrong choice with the rail? I feel like we might have made the wrong choice with those tracks. That's really frustrating. In a good way, in like in character way. I'm not frustrated as a player. I'll keep it brief for the sake of the whole meeting and end my report on that note. Well, hey, at least the Conriat Industrial Zone is seeing some progress. Hopefully that is beneficial to our economy. Ricky Cool, we did the high-speed rail, and then the second project we chose was the Conriat Industrial Zone. I guess I should have gone with the highway. We did the highway last time, and I do believe, apart from its delays, it was a more beneficial project to go with. That sound when I get a sub, where does it come from? So that is from Lord of the Rings. It's the screams of death. One of my favorite pep talks in like film history, I think, and one of my favorite like cavalry charges. That's where that's from. Yeah. Had a lot of fun pulling that audio clip and stuff like that. And adjusting it as well so that it actually works for our purposes. So it sounds less like yelling death. Now what will we do? I do not know. I'm sure we'll be able to recover. Yeah, highway I feel like might have been the better choice, but hey, it is what it is. No use crying over spilt milk, as they say. Your concerns have been heard. Gus stood up as soon as Simon sat down. He asked for a private audience, which the cabinet respected. It was just the two of us in the room. Well, this is interesting. I will also keep it very brief, Mr. President. The L1 railway has already proven to be a success. We have managed to bring food prices down in the greater Hallsword and Gelsland regions. Oh, okay. Our agricultural output has increased, and we are already seeing investments coming into rural areas. The trade deal with Welland increased our agricultural exports from the Bergia region. Our farmers are still suffering. Our ministry did its best by giving out subsidies to local farmers, but our agricultural production remains the same. Additionally, I bring good news regarding our investment. FC Anrica has seen a huge boost of ticket sales after your endorsement and participation in the club. The management decided to send over a slice of that pie. The manager personally thanked you for the support you have shown the team. Several players have already decided to join the USP. Ho, 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 hello. Hello. The money should be arriving in your account shortly. That would be all for me. So, well, this is interesting. He seems to think, and with good reason, he seems to think that our infrastructure decision actually has paid off. Now, we're not seeing it reflected in the economy, so what's up with that? I don't know, but maybe it wasn't all bad. I'm also glad that our investment in FC Anrica is paying off even more. I'm curious if the players joining the USP makes a difference to our popularity in the party. Because, you know, I'm, in a way, by extension, their boss. So, yeah. Thank you, Gus. I see why he wanted the private audience, though. Thank you, Mr. Manger. Gus invited the cabinet back in and sat down. Some were obviously opposed to such behavior. Next up was Pascal. Yeah, I mean, I take issue with what he did there as well. Like, there's a time and a place for these conversations. Everybody deserved to hear about the high-speed rail, and then the talk about the football team. We could have had that afterwards. That's a private conversation. It's a separate conversation. What the hell's that about? Death Knight Bali. I have indeed. It does, doesn't it? There will be a video. I was kind of hinting at this right at the beginning of the stream. There will be a video on the channel about it. It is a chunky video. It's ready to go. It'll be going live shortly after the stream today. So keep your eyes peeled for that. There is so much to talk about. I'm so excited to talk about it. So I'm gonna hold my tongue because I do talk about it in depth in the video. Again, it'll drop like maybe 10-20 minutes after the stream is done today. So hang tight and get hype. Yeah. I'm really pleased with what's been happening these last couple weeks. That Cathay reveal trailer is still, I think, my favorite. That first Cathay trailer. Oh, so good, so good. All right, Pascal. Mr. President, our state facilities require immediate attention. We're experiencing long lines in front of hospitals everywhere. We're also currently investigating some reports of a small polio outbreak around a village called Hamir. I believe we can get into more details in our policy meeting. Oh, these reports are getting shorter. Yosef stepped up. The Ministry of Defense has a very important report regarding our situation with Rumburg. The investigations showed that Rumburg was in fact weaponizing rebels against our state. We have learned that they have been aiding the Bluish rebels in Welland too. Man, there you go. See, our state of emergency was 100% like fair and deserved and right. Thank you, Yosef. Our military must stand ready for any possible attack coming from Rumburg. We have gathered intelligence regarding their military research and production. They're building a massive army. We urgently need to increase our own military production. We cannot let them threaten us like this. I think we should make the necessary arrangements. Again, as much as I wouldn't mind avoiding war, part of me is definitely at least a little jingoistic, right? Playing up that despot part. We don't want the needless loss of life, but we're not going to have one of our neighbors, you know, try to beat us in a measuring contest. Let's put it that way, right? I am unfamiliar with Matt Kidd. I'm not sure what you're getting at there. Gonna have to look that up. I'm not familiar with that name. I assume that's the name. Not familiar with it. But yeah, make the necessary arrangements, Mr. Lancia. We'll have to use whatever we have to its limit. I'm not going to be pushed around by a neighbor. If it comes to war, let it come to war. But you know, in the precursor to war, I'm not going to be pushed around like by a bully in the playground. Of course, sir. David stood up. Mr. President, Perla and Helm have agreed to begin deal negotiations. We'll be moving on with that very soon. Cooperation between Welland and Sordland has increased to a new level. However, we are seeing its negative impact with Lesbia. The region is very unstable. With the incidents at Roomburg, Welland, and Helgeland, we must be very cautious. We can talk in more detail at our foreign policy meeting. Thank you, Mr. Whiskey. Tiara was next. Oh, here we go. Our ministry is working day and night to improve our education system and increase its accessibility, but the lack of funding has made it very difficult. The situation remains the same as before. Her eyes were filled with fury. With just a handful of words, she has said more than anybody else at this meeting. Lilius suddenly stood up. Mr. President, there is an important report from our intelligence officers. We have disrupted the radio signals of several active Blutish Freedom Front militants in Bergia. There seems to be some sort of preparation going on. Our forces managed to eliminate 22 militants. They were carrying Roomburg-made Ka-74s. And lastly, Mr. Richter was arrested. Whoa! Just throwing that out there, isn't she? She's just like, oh yeah, also, by the way, the leader of the opposition party has been arrested. Okay, Mr. Richter was arrested and transported to the Antel Rock prison facilities today among heavy protests. We might need to implement some new measures soon. We'll provide you with a more detailed report at a later date. Well done, Lilius. Oh, also, Mr. Gracer had a report for you regarding an investigation you wanted him to look at. And one last thing, I would like to transfer the Gendarmerie under the Ministry of Interior to improve the internal security efforts. I don't see Joseph accepting this. Not a chance in hell. Yeah, Richter is done for, buddy. For real, instructions just like just sliding it in. Oh yeah, by the way, the leader of the opposition party is in jail now. He's like, sorry, excuse me? Why don't we celebrate that victory? Namaste to India Shradeep. How's it going, buddy? Must be late night, close to the evening over there right now. Had a good Friday, I hope. Roomburg has already escalated. It's true, they really have. They've been escalating, so it's only fair that we at least match them, right? Well, he just might have to agree if the president of Sordland tells him to. The Ministry of Defense shouldn't be meddling with internal security affairs through the Gendarmerie. We had several incidents where they were too violent too quickly, and it stems from military officers giving reckless orders at times. I'm not sure how this would help. I am not comfortable with handing over control of the Gendarmerie to the Ministry of Interior. Like, that's just... I'm not okay with that. Man. After a week of it working perfectly, all of a sudden decided to crash again. Honestly, like, there was an update to NVIDIA drivers that seemed to have solved the problem. We're... What, back to square one? What's going on, man? What's going on? Sorry, ignore the flickering that you're seeing. It's just so I can get the game screen back on screen. Streamlabs, what are you doing, man? There was an update to Streamlabs. There was an update to NVIDIA. I don't know, something broke something there. God damn it! So frustrating. My apologies, folks. We had it solved. Carl M, good time to join. Yeah, for real, eh? For real. Oh my god. Sorry about that, folks. I'll look into what it might be, I suppose. Nothing changed, just more new drivers killing me here. Anyway, back on task before it crashes again, right? I think we're all good. Looks like everything's green lights over here. Again, folks, my apologies. But we are seemingly, yes, back. Yeah, it's all that unlimited power, you know, talk from earlier, being cut down to size. And I'm not so sure how this would help. I can assure a better internal security structure with cohesion and successful operations. Will you transfer the Gendarmerie to the Interior in the future? I can't make that promise. Joseph would be furious. We do have to, yes, stick by our pal, exactly. That is unfortunate. Lilius smiled faintly. Oh, go and jump off a cliff, Lilius. I'm curious. Yosef was like, look at the decorum, look at the discipline. Yosef is sat there listening to Lilius speak all this nonsense, and he's just sitting there quietly. Like, you know, props to Yosef. Do you have anything to share, Mrs. Morgna? Perhaps? Nia shook her head. Not at this moment, Mr. President. You're already well aware of what's going on. What is your problem? What's your deal? Why are you so grumpy? What's wrong with her? I'm not gonna say so be it. That sounds very threatening. Thank you is, I think, reasonable. Nia took her seat. Next, I want to talk about our new focus and some of my plans forward. Hold on, behead who to? Sean. Hang on. Whose heads are we cutting off over here? You gotta go, Aaron Plays Games. Sounds good, buddy. Well, thanks for joining, and I hope you are able to rejoin before the stream is done. We still have some time to go. But thanks for coming through if I don't catch you, and have yourself a beautiful weekend. Again, if I don't catch you. If I do, then welcome back when that happens. Norman Gunther, thank you very much for subscribing. Hope you're enjoying the show, buddy. Again, if you are, you know what to do. Let me know down below. Hit that like button. It does really help me make decisions on the channel. What I should do, what I should not do. Yosef is a better homie than Peter right now. For real, Frog. Honestly? Yeah, kind of feeling like it. Peter, though. What the hell, man? I'm annoyed at Peter. You know, I'm annoyed at Peter. Nico, yeah, basically. It's too much power. Tone down the unlimitedness. Okay, it's time to focus on changing our party as a whole. I will add a new vision in our manifesto. Oh dear. Anytime the word manifesto gets used, it's just like, oh no. The public opinion is concerning. We must focus on campaigning for the next election already, or the state of our economy is very concerning. It must be our focus to achieve quick economic development. Okay. Okay, difficult choices incoming indeed. Yeah, alright, we gotta... What do you guys think? I mean, I feel like... Look, I feel like option number one I like in theory, but I feel like option number one is going to lose us the next election. And I fear that there will be an election. You know what I mean? I mean, I'd like to rig it. We might be able to rig it. I don't think we can abolish it. But if... See, what I'm thinking is there's going to be an election. I don't think we're going to be able to stop it. I think it's too late for that. Right? And Lucian was already kind of suggesting that introducing a massive change at this point in time could be dangerous, right? So I think we should avoid one. 2, the public opinion is concerning, very true. We must focus on campaigning for the next election already. Now, I agree. I think public opinion is very important. However, I think 3, which is a focus on our economy, would inherently tackle 2 as well. If our economy recovers, if more people are, you know, employed again, if more people are seeing, you know, affordability of basic needs of life become more reasonable again, like if all that starts to fix up, I feel like public opinion will change as a byproduct of that, and will also solve our economy. Like, one begets the other, not the other way around. You know what I mean? Like, if the economy is fixed, public opinion will change. If public opinion changes, we might still end up in a depression, right? So, right? Dictators don't fall through violence. They fall because of bad economies. Let's avoid that fate for ourselves, right? Focus on the economy, I see, from Dakota. B-Storfer says 3. Uksham says 2 and 3 are important, but focus on 2. Frog 2 or 3. Sealtith 2 and 3 are actually useful. Brunus Justice, is it Brunus or Brunus? Correct me, please, if I'm butchering it horribly wrong. 3, we got a couple. I think we got a close match, but it does look like 3 is just barely winning in chat. And I feel like, yeah, changing, like fixing the economy will change public opinion, again, like I was saying, as a byproduct, right? Sean, impassioned call to action there. One more 2, one more 3. Yeah, let's go with the state of our economy is very concerning. It must be our focus to achieve quick economic development. Get the napalm factories going. Hey, yeah, the war economy, man. It's a good way to reinvigorate the economy. Simon nodded in agreement. We can't get elected if we do not improve the economy. We should focus on eliminating poverty and homelessness, or Sordland needs to become an economic powerhouse. We'll go with one. I feel like that's the yeah, I think that's the fairest. Instructions unclear. Oh my god. I was like, what does that stand for? I see. So far, your private sector allies have stood by your side because they're profiting. Economy be damned, but that has a limit. You need to fix it, or they'll turn on you and you're done. That's a good point as well, Conrado. That's a very good point. Those guys are one one moment away from turning their backs on us. They will go where the money's better, right? That's as they've proven in the past. Sordland needs to become an economic powerhouse. Almost everybody seemed to be in agreement with me. Oh, okay, wow, okay, great. If there are no comments, let's move on with the meeting. Actually, I believe that is everything. Pardon me, I'm losing my mind, apparently. Everybody packed up and left the White Room. I went back to my office. Carl Greaser was waiting for me by the door. Mr. President, can I have a moment of your time? I have something to discuss. Of course, let's go inside the office. Again, just as a reminder, dude's a dude, right? He's been great. He's been great. Oh, I see the calls for 2 right now. Sorry, folks. I already made that choice. I think either way it would all kind of have similar-ish results-ish. So I think we're fine with the economic powerhouse. Plus, it seems everybody was nodding in agreement, so that's promising. We entered my office. I went up to my desk and sat down on my chair. Please have a seat, Carl. Thank you, sir, but I'm fine. I will not take long. The Secret State Police has compiled a report regarding the active investigations. We've been watching the opposition closely, just as you asked, and found a very complex web of connections. We found suspicious irregularities and indirect connections to the oligarchs. However, it is very difficult to make a legal argument against anything at this moment. Our investigation is still ongoing, but the process is proving very slow. Their tracks are very well covered. We don't need a legal case to end them, Carl. That's why I have you. Or continue your efforts and keep looking, investigate the oligarchs, or let's drop the investigations. We don't need it anymore. I mean, okay, this is... We were investigating the opposition parties, right? I kind of like option 1, yes. I kind of like option 1. But I do wonder if we shouldn't investigate a bit more. So, just as a reminder, if memory serves me right, we had the secret police investigate the opposition parties, not the oligarchs. So option 2 is a change in direction. If memory serves me right, and we can check our journal over here, I can't remember exactly when that decision would have been made. Form the Secret State Police. It doesn't actually note what we told them to investigate, does it? Immigration successfully. Nope. It does not. I mean, Richter's irrelevant, Beastorfer. Richter's irrelevant. He's in jail. That's why I'm like, we're good, you know? I see a couple calls for 1. I see a couple calls for 2. I see another call for 1. Ted, how's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it. Jamie changing your vote to 2. Sealtith on 2 as well. Those on 2. Couple of 1. Taking a look here. Yeah, didn't Lilius just say that friends got arrested amidst a bunch of protests? And he's over at Antel Rock, right? That just happened. Friends. Does it say? Has it updated him over here? Unless I'm misremembering. I'm pretty sure that's what Lilius said. It happened literally like 5 minutes ago, so I hope I'm not misremembering. I think we should continue our efforts and keep looking. Investigate the oligarchs. See, the other reason why I really want to do this is because, remember, we're working with the oligarchs, and if they're two-timing me, which, let's be honest, they almost definitely are, right? They almost definitely are. We should look into them. Now, I see what you're saying, Ricky Cool. 1 seems like the more, like, fun option, let's call it for lack of a better word, and I agree. However, I feel like 2 will actually give us more tools down the line to have that kind of fun, and potentially put away more important people, or have power over more important people as far as we're concerned. What if 2 directly arrests the oligarchs? Ooh. Huh. Oh, damn. Hold on. You have a point there. Wait. What if investigating the oligarchs brings up the fact that that they're paying me? God damn it, I was so confident in this option, but now you've raised a very good point, Sora. Very good point. Like, yeah, what if 2 arrests the oligarchs, but they won't be the only ones who'd be in trouble if they get investigated. Oh, god damn it. You think Carl would consult us before he does anything? I mean, I think he'd consult us before pulling the trigger on us. I mean, I don't know, though, you know. He's not formed... You'll be fine, says Nico. Famous last words. We'll be fine, we'll be fine. That's a risk. I do say what's life without risks, right? See, just as a reminder, Carl forming the secret, like, state police and stuff, it's not because he necessarily supports our cause. It's not... He doesn't necessarily love us. He loves the country, and he's doing what he thinks is right for the country, right? So he might... I mean, as I was going to say it, Frog took the words right out of my mouth, suggesting he won't throw us under the bus. Alright, if we have so much faith in him, then, you know what? Let's have some faith in this guy. Continue your efforts and keep looking. Investigate the oligarchs. Yes, sir. I'll give you an update soon. I'll also send you the detailed report of our previous findings. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Carl. He bowed his head and left the office. I really hope that wasn't a mistake. I don't know if it'll be starting from the beginning, Ricky Cool. I feel like it, well, I don't know how the game tracks those decisions. I imagine it realizes we've come in from the middle, and so it'll give us a bit of a partially filled bar, to use your analogy there. Sean, oh no. Carl wouldn't put his job on the line doing that. You think so? I hope so. When your foot is on their neck, you don't let up. Love it. It's so dark. I love it. The last 2.5 years had gone by so fast. Hot damn, 2.5 years. Alright. Wealth went up by 1 step, thanks to FC Anrika. Yeah, I ordered the detainment of Friends Richter, which I assume has happened. But it's not showing over here. That's weird. Unless it's written somewhere else. Can we... He's also a major shareholder in the construction company, blah, 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 blah. Oh, hey, hello. Political career, notable, blah, 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 blah. Nothing important, because he's useless. Huh, not sure. Alright, could have sworn he was going to jail. Whistleblower agent report. More important matters to deal with. Agent Hailstone has revealed intelligence about a secret nuclear weapons program developed in Roomberg. Our intelligence has verified the details relayed about a heavy water facility in the north of the kingdom and a ballistic missile test site. The agent will be provided security under the protection program and will be given resources to transfer further intelligence to our units. Excellent. Seems he's cooperative. Up over here at Estord, gang violence diminished. Look at all the great things we've accomplished. The police chief of Estord reported that the local police forces have finally eliminated one of the biggest money-making schemes of the Coronelli. According to the report, over the last month, 40 mob members have been arrested, along with 3 high-ranking members of the Coronelli. Man, the Coronelli just makes me think about... Like I mentioned previously, I've been watching The Sopranos lately. Well, I finished it recently. Rewatching, I should say, as well. Man, I've been eating so much Italian food. They eat so much food on screen in that show. I've been having so much Italian lately. Protests in Erzurum, of course. Thousands of Blutish people have gathered in protest and called for the resignation of Governor Braun and President Rain. Governor Braun reported that certain groups within the protesting crowd vandalized shops and public property, and the regional police force intervened. According to the report from police, the group dispersed, but hundreds were wounded. The police are also said to have found 11 illegal Rumburgian-made pistols in the crowd. I mean, this is dangerous. This is really dangerous. We really need to keep Rumburg in check over here. Oh, Classified, if you haven't seen The Sopranos, it is a fantastic TV show. It tackles a lot of very interesting topics at a time when, you know, people weren't tackling those topics. It is a very good show. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is, in my opinion, still one of HBO's like best. The Sopranos is excellent, start to finish. Every season, every episode is excellent. I finished a couple of weeks ago. I was trying to get it done. I was watching it in the background as the prequel movie was gonna release, which, by the way, is terrible. Don't watch the prequel movie. But I recently finished it, and when I finished it, literally like right after the last scene, I was like, I kind of want to rewatch this whole show. It's really good. I love it. I absolutely love it. Polio missile warheads. I wouldn't put it past Rumburg to use biological warfare. Death Knight Valley, you gotta go? Alright, sounds good, buddy. Well, have yourself a good night's rest, and keep your eyes peeled for that video I was talking about. It'll be releasing shortly, but you know, you'll maybe catch it sometime tomorrow then. Have yourself a wonderful night of sleep, bud. Thanks for dropping by. Enjoy your weekend. What's up with the Squid Game drama? Oh, man. Okay, so we always have like a show to watch with dinner, Miss Elite and I. We just finished Season 3 of Babylon Berlin, so we just kicked off Squid Game. Oh, it is really good. It is really good. It's a South Korean TV show. I don't know how to describe it without spoiling it. Very dark, a very critical. Like it's got, you know, socioeconomic commentary and stuff. It's really well done. Excellent cinematography. Very good acting, as far as I can tell. Obviously, it's foreign language, so you know there's probably a barrier, but it all seems very well acted. Great like costume design, great aesthetic, and the content is heavy. It's heavy. It's very, very good. It's very good. Game of Thrones loses its points because of the last 4 seasons, and especially the last season. Rome was amazing. Rome was excellent, except for the second season. The first half of the second season was pretty bad. That's why The Sopranos, over 6 seasons, like as close to perfection as you could get. That's why Sopranos has that consistency that I don't think anything else from consistency and longevity that nothing else from HBO has. Rome is amazing. I love Rome, don't get me wrong. I also enjoy the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones, but Sopranos though. Yesterday morning, a group of protesters assembled in front of the Gelsord City Hall and have not yet dispersed. The group was responsible for blocking out vehicles, including city buses and transport trucks, and have been handing out anti-government pamphlets to passerbys. The mayor of Gelsord reported that the situation posed no active danger and that the people are only exercising their right to protest. The hell is going on over here? No, there is no right to protest right now. There is a state of emergency. Why have the police not been called in? The hell? Oh, you know, okay, I haven't seen The Wire, so I can't comment. Maybe I need to check The Wire out. Spartacus, yeah. I've heard Spartacus wasn't as good as Rome, so I was like, alright, well, why bother? Final 2 seasons of Game of Thrones is actually 1 season. I mean, I guess. It doesn't save it. It doesn't save the horrendous writing. God, that's another thing I could go on a tangent on. The terrible disservice of the last 4 seasons of Game of Thrones, and especially the last one. Address to the nation speech. Oh god, one of these. Oh boy, okay. I got a second on that The Wire comment. Alright, okay, hey, if The Wire is that amazing. I've heard good things about it, but I've never gotten around to watching it, so I know it's about subject matter that I'm interested in, so I'll check it out. Throw it on in the background during my like late night editing sessions and stuff. That's like the only time I have to watch things anymore. God damn. Lucien and I walked into my office in the Maroon Palace to make my address to the nation speech. It was unusually crowded today. Cameras, lights, and microphones were set in place, and the crew was standing by, ready to start filming. Are you ready, sir? I'm always ready. God damn it, so cocky. I love it. That's some real Han Solo, I love you, I know level arrogance. I love it. I'm always ready. Good. I think the crew is ready, and as soon as you take your seat, we can go live. Aaron, welcome back, buddy. Glad you can make it. Last 2 to 4 seasons was the point which degraded Game of Thrones. Yeah. And, like, just look at merchandise, right? Game of Thrones was everywhere. Season 8 happened. You'd be hard-pressed to find any Game of Thrones merch anywhere. It died. It's the quickest death of a popular, like, piece of media I've ever seen. All right. I took my seat and rearranged my notes on the desk as a crew member powdered my face with a cotton puff. After everybody was ready, the director gave the sign to start filming. I looked directly into the camera. I'm not ready for this. I feel like Brothers and Sisters is always the more, like, I don't know, I'm torn, because Brothers and Sisters sounds like something a dictator would say, you know? But at the same time, my fellow citizens puts us, like, above them. And then my fellow swords makes it very clear who I'm speaking to, in a very underhanded sort of a way, right? Yeah, Bannerlord will be back on the channel. I've actually got some plans going. I've got some mods I'm checking out actively now for my next storyline. I've got some plans, so it should be relatively soon. Relatively soon. Hey, Percy, how's it going? Glad you can make it. Nico, why are so good that even if the subject matter doesn't interest you, it's still very good. All right. Those are some strong words. We are not a dictator yet. We're working towards it. We're not there yet, though. Brothers and sisters calls to the unity of the nation. It's personal, and they should love us. See a couple calls for 3. See a few calls for 2. I might go with 2, just based on a quick glance at chat. Might go with 2. On the topic, by the way, of loving things, folks, if you are loving these streams, if you're loving hanging out, if you're loving Suzerain, please don't hesitate to hit that like button today. It does let me know that you're still interested and that I should keep the show going. We're very close to our conclusion, actually, in this run, in this playthrough, I think. But it still does help me just know that y'all are having a good time with the live streams and stuff. Whether you're watching again live or the VOD, it does make a very, 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 very big difference. A couple more calls for 3, another call for 2. You know what? All right, fine. Let's appeal to their although they're coming in with the strong point. All right, let's do it. My fellow swords, and if they consider themselves to be of this nation, then they'll know I'm addressing them as well. I soared to the election on the winds of change. Change that was desperately sought and called for by you, the people of Sordland. There's certainly been change. I took office with a plan, to lead Sordland out of recession and into greatness. We've not done that. When I took office, I hoped to lead Sordland into a new era of peace and prosperity. Oh god, that's not happened either. God damn it, all 3 of these options are terrible. Why would I say any of these things? Why would I say any of these things? They're all bad for me. God damn. I need a quick sip of water over here, folks. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, 1 is the only one that is, like, even remotely close to, you know, like, keeping us blameless or not having people realize that we've made things, we've not solved things, rather. See a couple calls for 2, 1 call for 3, a call for 1. Took office with a plan. I can get behind 2. I took office with a plan to lead Sordland out of recession and into greatness, and hopefully the follow-up is like, look, things are looking bleak right now, or you know, you might be worried about blah 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 blah. But we've done all these things, and these things take time, right? Like we've got the tax cuts, which are obviously going to be helpful. We've privatized more things. We've got the high-speed railway. We've got the industrial zone happening. Like there's a lot that's going on. So our plan is still in action. You know, our plan is still in action. I took office with a plan to lead Sordland out of recession and into greatness. Oh, but I was forced to lay aside my aspirations as the country faced an unprecedented emergency. Okay. But you know what they say about the best laid plans? I'm not going to say that. But before I could change Sordland, Sordland itself changed drastically. I don't... Oof. Jesus. And we're back. Sorry, folks. Bear with me. Bear with me. 1, 3, or 2, Aaron. With 3, you can plan to put the blame on someone else. True. See a couple calls for 3. We don't want to call for peace right now with the Roomberg situation or so on. Oh, that was from the earlier option, I believe. No, Dakota Ferry, that's on my end. I should probably, like, maybe it's not a bad idea to pin a message. We'd solved the problem a couple of sessions ago. Streamlabs had stopped crashing because of an NVIDIA, like, driver update. Or so I believe. And then there was another update, like yesterday or day before or something. And now here we are again. That's my best, like, guess at what's causing the trouble. So I might roll back or try and figure out what it is. Honestly, those damn bloods, man. Those damn bloods. I feel like 1 and 3 will both allow us to set the blame on other people. I feel like 3... I feel like anybody who's, like, down the... It was working perfectly for so long, and now... Goddamn. What the hell? But yeah, so as I was saying, I feel like 3 could let... Anybody who's, like, right down the middle, but leaning towards progressive, might be a little worried about me saying something like Sordland changed drastically, and using that as, like an issue. You know what I mean? Exactly. 3 is like we're blaming our country. We're blaming our countrymen. Our friends, swords, countrymen who are lending me their ears. So I'm a little worried about 3. But with 1... 2 seems like a terrible admission of like, oops. Like we didn't plan well enough. So 1. But I was forced to lay aside my aspirations as the country faced an unprecedented emergency. My inauguration was marked by a brutal assassination, okay. Even as I was sworn in, tensions skyrocketed between the Red Youth and Young Swords. No sooner was I inaugurated than the threat of brutish separatism raised its head. I mean, all 3 of these are important points. I feel like I feel like focusing on brutish separatism is the play here, because I don't want the Young Swords to feel like I have anything against them, right? I don't want people to think about that. 3 obviously, damn bloods, 3. The brutal assassination, I mean, what do I care, right? What do I care about what's his name? Circus, or whatever his name was. No sooner was I inaugurated than the threat of brutish separatism raised its head. The assassination is a bit more concrete, but I wonder if that'll make people question me, you know? Maybe even assign blame. I'm gonna go with 3 over here. Also consistent with some of our past decisions. No sooner was I inaugurated than the threat of brutish separatism raised its head. We need a scapegoat who better than the Bloods, indeed. Always helps to have a target for everyone's ire, right? Extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures, but my opponents couldn't see that. Okay, my calls for unity during this time of strife went unanswered by my opponents. Even worse than the bloodshed were my opponents' attempts to use it to tear me down. Oh, I kind of like 3 here. See, a lot of people don't agree. Oh, Sealted thinks it's too self-centered. Okay, I mean, we could do 2 then. I think then 2 is a nice middle ground, because I see what you're saying about that self-centered angle there. So 2 feels a bit more reasonable then. Because the thing about 1 is a lot of people aren't okay with these emergency measures. I mean, the average citizen, and I can't blame them, even in character, I understand it's an inconvenience. So, you know, I understand that they can't see eye to eye with me either. They won't be able to see that the politicians need to be on my side there, right? They might not understand. Like they are okay with their elected officials and stuff standing against me because they're inconvenienced by this emergency. So I don't want to bring up 1. 3, as it was pointed out rather excellently. So yeah, it's a little selfish, and that sounds very like me, very egotistical. But 2, my calls for unity during this time of strife went unanswered by my opponents. That I think is poignant. Yet I stand before you today stronger than ever. Okay, their court defeat is proof that our current state of emergency is more than justified. Oh boy, no, I think their court defeat is proof that we're working with the court. Yeah, exactly. 2 is more like, yeah, they're being unreasonable. This is an emergency. Put aside the politics. Exactly. Well put. Yeah. I wonder. God, 1 sounds a little self. They both sound a little self-centered, but I guess 2 sounds a bit. Starting to get a little frustrating. Glad we blamed the Bloods for our troubles. It seems they're trying to ruin us right now. People have hated the courts. Leverage that. 2 is we still have a state with laws. Yeah. Okay. Put trust in the court, maybe. Am I standing strong? True. That's a good point. Okay, you know what? Yeah, you've convinced me, I think. Yes. The reports of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Emperor Reign, I love it. Their court defeat is proof that our current state of emergency is more than justified. I do not take my new powers lightly. Every order I give is for the sake of the country. Okay, I like that. I know you are counting on me to restore law and order to Sordland, and I will do so with all my might. That sounds a little threatening. Having vanquished my enemies within the government, I shall now turn my attention to our real foes. Okay. That's a little problematic, number 3. We might be thinking number 3, but to say it out loud in a state address is maybe not the right call. I feel like 1 is probably the right call over here. 2, okay, strong calls for 2. Oh, geez, I don't know how worrying the statement with all my might is for the average person, you know? Having vanquished my enemies within the government, I shall now turn my attention to our real foes. Wipe them out. All of them. No, I think 1 is a call for trust. I do not take my new powers lightly. Every order I give is for the sake of the country. Remember, right? Even Palpatine, the public face was very humble and we must help the people, they're suffering. It's only in the back room he said things like, time to vanquish our foes. One is the nice guy routine. Yeah, I think 1's the way to go here, folks. I do not take my new powers lightly. Every order I give is for the sake of the country. There are those who seek to tear Sordland apart from within, but together we will beat them. I like that. I alone can eradicate the threat of Bluter separatism. I alone can eradicate the communist scourge. As God is my witness, I will protect Sordland from those who seek to destroy it from within. Hot damn, 1 and 4 are both quite appealing over here. I feel like, again, we have... oh dear. Sordland, how do references to God play in Sordland, you know? Exactly, Jamie, exactly. The people applauded the creation of the Empire. God, see, I like the prequel. I say trilogy, 2 is meh. I like the prequel trilogy. I even as a kid, I enjoyed all the politics stuff. I loved it. I think 4, right? Exactly. We're traditionalist. It will align the conservatives to us. I think even the like mildly progressive, again, those people who are sitting on the fence, right, and like lean towards progressive, they'll be like, oh, you know, he's just every president says, you know, God bless Sordland or whatever, so he's just using that as a reference, right? 4 is definitely in keeping with our traditionalist approach, right? Yeah, 4 is targeting everyone in a single statement. As God is my witness, I will protect Sordland from those who seek to destroy it from within. I will defend Sordland against our enemies abroad. I will continue to show Rumburg no mercy. I will not let foreign conflicts distract us from the terror in our own backyards. Oh, damn, these are all... So, 2 is calling Rumburg out very directly in an international, like, televised statement. Do we want to call Rumburg out like that? Or do we just want to refer to, you know, our enemies abroad in general? Will not let foreign conflicts distract us from the terror in our own backyards is tempting. Man. Streamlabs has become the terror in my own backyard. Goddamn. You must distract the public of the internal situation. Yeah. I think 1. I think it's between 1 and 2. I think 1 is the right call there. I feel like 2 will upset the international community. And I know, well, to hell with the international community. Yes, until they start hitting us with sanctions, you know? So, gotta be careful about that. I will defend Sordland against our enemies abroad. Because again, our statements have been like, our enemies abroad have been arming our enemies within, right? So, what do people worry about more, internal threat or external? Well, I think a lot of people don't see the internal threat as a real threat. You know what I mean? That's the problem. I feel like they're like, what do you mean by the terror in our backyards? You mean the Bloods who only seek to have their rights restored? Like that kind of a thing. I will defend Sordland against our enemies abroad. Oh. All this while bringing Sordland back from the depths of recession, and I will continue cleaning up the economic mess my predecessors left me. That one feels a little like finger pointing. You know, feels like, it's not my fault. This is because of my predecessors, which might be the case. But, it might be the case, but I don't know if people would like to hear that, you know? It also sounds a little more, like, not defeated, but, like, weak. Whereas all this while bringing Sordland back from the depths of the recession has more power to it, you know? That's a tough question to answer, Aaron. That's a tough question to answer. What is this game? I've never played it. And I just started watching Hunter Cat. This is Suzerain. It is a text-based RPG where you play the president of a fictional nation in a fictional world, leading it through the 50s, which is very similar to our real-world 50s. You can choose to play it in sort of any sort of a way, whatever kind of president you want to be, but you have to deal with the consequences of all of your actions as you tackle internal threats, terrorism, external threats, the threat of war, a failing economy, all sorts of good stuff. It's a fantastic game. It's a fantastic game. Let's go with 2 here. I think it makes the most sense. All this while bringing Sordland back from the depths of recession. I took a deep breath, loosing shoot a fly away from my forehead. We've kept our promises. I feel like 1 is the way to go here because it puts power to the people, and I wanna empower them, right? I wanna be like, you elected me, right? You put me here, and I haven't forgotten what I promised. And look, I've delivered some of the results, I think. Natalie, how's it going? I'm glad you can make it. Having an okay Friday, I hope, if not a good one. Hope your Friday's been treating you well, though, for real. I have not forgotten the promise I made when you elected me. And I hope I fulfilled it to your satisfaction. That sounds kind of weak, right? Oh, I hope you're happy. I hope I did okay. Did I do good? Whereas 2 is like, I swore to improve Sordland's military, and even with all that's been going on, I succeeded. We have a high-tech, highly advanced Air Force now. Much more powerful military than we've ever had before. I think 2 is the way to go over here. 1 sounds way too. Streamlabs, you're killing me here, buddy. You're killing me here. Trying to hype up the crowd, and then it's dying on me. It's dying on me. No, I swore to improve Sordland's military, and even with all that's been going on, I succeeded. Aaron plays. Nah, I'm not really looking at Warzone. I was looking at the new Battlefield, but wow, that beta was disappointing. On the topic of military matters and battlefields. I thank you for standing by me, your president, both in good times and bad. Okay, I'd like to thank my wife and children for standing by me. Yeah, no, people remember the Benfey Festival. Thank my vice president, thank my chief strategist. No, I think we thank the people, right? I thought I saw a comment earlier. Where are we? Keep up the illusion that the people have a voice. Exactly, right? One, but it's lies, precisely. Nah, I mean, Peter, if Peter hadn't just recently tried to throw us under the bus, then he might have got our thanks. But no. I thank you for standing by me, your president, both in good times and bad. A despot is nothing without people. True. A despot is two separate things without people. A head and a body. Lucian could have some appreciation, but I feel like it's starting to get to his head a little bit. Gotta keep him in check. Oh, of course. Amorgno Escor. Vector and Sista. The director gave the cut signal, and the cameraman stopped filming. My speech was finished. Alright. I think that went well. Alright, it's starting to get a little unbearable, folks. Starting to get a little unbearable. Let's quickly read Sordland today before Streamlabs crashes again. I think I'll have to roll back my drivers or something. That might be what's causing the trouble. I don't know. President to restore Sordland to glory. I like this already. Jamie, if you're planning on picking it up, you can actually grab it whenever you decide to do it. You can grab it at my game store if you would like to support the channel as you buy. No obligation, no pressure, of course. Just thought I'd mention it because I typically don't mention this, and I've been told I should mention these things more often. ! Store in chat should bring up the game store link. Suzerain and plenty of other games. Alright, this is getting ridiculous. We're going to read this news article, and that might be where we call it a session, folks. President to restore Sordland to glory. The recent challenge to Anton Rain's state of emergency does not seem to have fazed our president. In his much anticipated address to the nation, Rain brushed off the court case as a momentary setback and vowed that he would continue to defend the country from internal threats while keeping his campaign promises and taking Sordland's economy to new heights. We look forward to seeing what the second half of his presidency will bring. Alright. As we enter the next turn, folks, revelations. I do think it'll be a slightly shorter stream today, yes, just by about 30 or so minutes. My apologies for that, folks, but this is, I mean, you guys tell me, is this not getting ridiculous? Isn't this kind of getting, like, isn't this a little much? It's like every, 2 minutes to 5 minutes now. The first hour went so smoothly, and now every 2 minutes it's crashing, and, I can only imagine it's a jarring experience to watch, right? So I figure we call it a little bit earlier today, so it's not this jarring viewing experience. We've come to a good kind of cutoff point entering this new chapter, and then hopefully, when we're back, it'll be okay. What do you guys think? I mean, you know what I should do? I should throw up a vote, and if Streamlabs crashes before that vote's done, I should call it a stream. It's way too much. What do you guys think, chat? What do you guys think? Real quick, keep going, or let's call it. Real quick, I'll grab a quick sip of water. I'll see what you guys have to say. Because at the end of the day, it bothers me, obviously, but it's fine. I'm okay. But if everyone's having a bad time and gritting their teeth and bearing through it, that doesn't sound like a fun time, right? Oh no, I don't care. I'm fine. It's 30 minutes. I don't care. I'm enjoying hanging out. That's all fine. It's frustrating, but it's not upsetting me. Let's go. All right, sure. I think quite a few of you say you're okay with it. which is good. I mean, again, thank you, by the way. I appreciate your patience. I mean, y'all are saying, like, oh, you know, if it's bothering you, stop. No, it's not about me. It's about you guys. And I do want to thank you for your patience on this matter, because it's been frustrating for the last, like, month now, almost month and a half. And y'all have been very patient with me and with Streamlabs, and I do appreciate it greatly. So sure, let's keep going then. I see quite a few of you saying keep going. B store for gotta watch Humankind, so better break it here. No. I think we'll keep going. It's just another 30 minutes. It's not too long. I can deal with a couple more crashes if they have to happen, and we'll see what these revelations include. There are obviously revelations about what Roomberg's been up to. Bad stream here is better than a good stream most places elsewhere. You're an excellent flatterer, Halthor. Very thank you. It's very kind words. Streamlabs wants to destroy us from within, but we will stand tall. Indeed we will. Indeed we will. Let's take a look at what Roomberg has to say. Oh, right, of course. Reparations for some non-event. Queen Beatrice Livingston has called for reparations to be paid for the so-called past atrocities that occurred during the 15-day war. Roomberg demands that the price of past wrongdoings must be paid if a path to peace is to open between the two nations. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is analyzing the situation and coming up with a plan of action. I'll tell you a plan of action. We go to war. To quote Fifth Element, if it's war they want, it's war they'll get. I loved that line as a kid. I was like, oh, it's such a cool line. Oh, so good, so good. Gendarmerie police issue. What do we have here? A massive miscommunication between the Interior and Gendarmerie has resulted in a failed raid in Vesord. The Ministry of Defense and Interior have both put the blame on each other. There will be a gathering soon to solve the ongoing dispute within the security. This is problematic, of course. Halthor, well, you're doing a good job, buddy. Send call Greaser after Streamlabs. For real. It's like, ignore the oligarchs. I don't know. It might be the graphics card drivers, right? God. Alright, what does the news have to say? Geopolitical. Alright. Queen Beatrice demands reparations for century-old alleged war crimes. Alleged. Queen of Roomberg, Beatrice Livingston, brought up the Estord incident of the 15-day war, igniting the forgotten, century-old debate of Swordish war crimes. She spoke about the need for peace and change in Eastern Maricopa, and that the way forward can only be walked if past atrocities are finally settled. Queen Livingston claimed that the Swordish army in 1870 had massacred ethnic Rooms with plans of committing genocide. Sordland still hasn't claimed any responsibility for their past war crimes, said the Queen, and demanded reparations to be paid. Hundreds killed in Helgeland. According to the reports, the riots in Helgeland had already resulted in the arrest of thousands. The number of deaths is believed to have surpassed 100. Agnolian government has still not released a statement about the bloody conflict. The riots in Helgeland had exploded out of proportion in the aftermath of the murder of a Volgish Helgelander. The majority of the arrests and deaths belong to the Volgish community in the island. Governor of Helgeland claimed that the riots were being incited and supported by the Vogslandian government. Of course they would say that. Of course they would say that. Roomberg never hold back, do they? Maybe we should have targeted them directly. Yeah, I do wonder about that, Ricky. I do wonder. Here we are being no, you know what? As they say, gotta be the bigger person, right? That way we can say, well, we didn't do anything wrong. It's all Roomberg's fault, right? Appealing to the international community and all that. Alright, good stuff. Hallsword, I think, is the only thing left. Departure of President's son from home. Oh. Off to university. It was a cloudy, rainy day in Hallsword. But neither the gloomy weather nor the unfolding protests could dampen my spirits following my recent court win. That wasn't the only cause for excitement in the Rain household. Today, Frank was finally leaving home. Okay, this is not the emotional angle I was expecting. Those first three lines were like an emotional roller coaster. It was like, oh, it was a cloudy, rainy day. But yo, we won that court case. And that's not the only reason we're happy. Our son's finally getting out of the house. Like, it's this weird, I was expecting like, oh, it was a cloudy, rainy day. It was helping hide the tears on Monica's face. And I was able to stay, pretty austere as we had to say goodbye to Frank because, he's our son and we love him and we're going to miss having him around the house. That's what I was expecting. Nope. Nope. No, I mean, true. I mean, some folks like rain. Ah, oh, beautiful, Natalie, beautiful. but like, I was, you know what I mean? I was expecting it to be like a, yeah, but no, it's like, hell yeah, Frank's out of the house. What? We'll see where this goes. My son. Well, I mean, Halthor, that's the thing. I don't know if I started speaking too soon there, but Halthor, that's the thing. It's like, Deanna's still around. Deanna's still around. God, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Honestly, this is funny. Anyway, my son piled the last of his bags next to the door. Serge and the assistant driver were waiting outside next to the car. Did you pack everything? Don't forget to give me a call immediately after you arrive. Mom, I'm moving less than an hour away. You'll see me all the time. I know, but it won't be the same. Monica helped him put his backpack on while Serge started carrying the luggage to the car. I made you a sack lunch. I'll get it from the kitchen. She dashed down the hall. Frank and I turned to face each other in the doorway. So, I guess this is it. Let's build him up. He's our son. He's our boy. Let's build him up. Let's not. I saw the you better not fail us, which is definitely how we feel. But let's build him up. Let's not tear him down. You're going to do great. Thanks, Dad. Frank shifted his weight nervously. I haven't forgotten what you told me about your university years. I hope Hallsword State gives me a chance to prove myself the same way you did. For your sake, I hope that chance never comes. Sounds like the thing to say. Ooh, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone, especially not me. Oh, ooh. Yo, okay, Percy. Now you got that song in my head, and that's not a complaint. I love that song. It's such a good song. Oh, but it is now playing in my head, and it's going to be on loop for the rest of the day. Don't model your life on mine. You're your own man now, Frank. No. Don't I want him to look up to me? Halthor, option 5. Kid, just go. Just leave. Deanna's at daycare. Get out of the house. I need a moment with the woman who absolutely despises me because I don't believe she should have a say in important matters. God. I feel like for your sake, I hope that chance never comes. It's heartfelt, and it's also a little introspective. That's quite a few calls for 3. I do want him to model his life on mine, though. I think I'm the image of perfection. For your sake, I hope that chance never comes. Ricky, cool. You'll do great. Thanks, Dad. That was sarcasm, kid. If you fail, don't come back. God damn it. Frank looked down at the ground. All right, Dad. At that moment, Deanna rushed to the door. Frank! I'm gonna miss you. I'll miss you too. Don't forget, you've got to give Mom and Dad an extra hard time for both of us now. Frank, even on his way out, causing us trouble. I'll miss you too. Don't forget, you've got to give Mom and Dad an extra hard time for both of us now. Deanna nodded. Okay. Frank picked up his sister and gave her a big hug. Monica appeared in the doorway, holding a paper bag. I cut the crusts off your sandwich, just the way you used to like. Man, Frank, you got... I'm not a kid anymore, Mom. Can't a mother pretend? Oh, Frank. She embraced him with tears in her eyes. Frank looked as if he was about to cry as well. Serge approached. Sir, as per the schedule, Frank needs to be at Hallsword State University to start his orientation in an hour. We'll have to leave now to make it. Thank you, Serge. Frank turned around and took one last look at me. I feel like make me proud is... God, I hope it's an inspiring thing to say. Make me proud. Frank nodded before heading to the car. It's difficult to see them grow and leave, isn't it? Home will feel a bit empty now. That isn't the only thing that won't be the same. Living away from home, making your own choices for the first time, it changes a man. I think it'll be a liberating experience for him. It's never easy for boys to live in the shadow of their fathers. It must be even harder when one's father is Anton Rain. A great man like you casts a very long shadow. Not everyone thinks that. Excuse my language, Mr. President, but to hell with them. You are my president, now and forever. He looked at his watch. Time to go. Frank waved his hand as he entered the car. The engine started, and they were on their way. Monica looked at me as if she was going to say something. She turned and headed inside. I watched the car drive down the road until it was no longer in sight. Hey, Anton's like me in that. Like, anytime I say goodbye to somebody and they're in a car, I wait until the car turns around. Natasha, how's it going? It's been some time. Yeah, glad you can make it. What's happening? Oh my, quite a bit. Let's see. We are... the opposition party leader, Franz Richter, is in jail. We are investigating the oligarchs with the secret police. The Supreme Court moved in our favor, declaring the emergency lawful. The state of emergency, lawful, meaning we're not going to jail. The economy is still in shambles, despite our personal wealth doing fantastically and the budget actually being in the positive. And the Whistleblower arrived as well, and we've been having some conversations with them. I think that's been the last three sessions in a quick kind of nutshell, as it were. Oh God, instructions unclear. Crust ignored. Hey, listen, if she cut out the crust, I hope she didn't throw it, because whatever, I'll eat it. Hi, right back, Aaron. Hi, right back. Surge is the best. Where's that lucky charm? Where's that lucky charm, though? Alright, what do we got going on over here? Country overview. Military. Dispute with the interior. The Ministry of Defense is in a legal dispute with the interior about the gendarmerie. That's going to cause us some trouble. That's going to cause us some trouble. What do we have over here? Family. Oh, Frank. Off to study Swordish literature at Hallsword State University. Alright, fair enough. And Geopolitico has this to say. Hegel condemns Helgeland governor and threatens intervention. Chancellor of Volksland, Emmerich Hegel, had recently condemned the governor of Helgeland in a public statement and threatened to intervene on the island to protect the people. Magnolia went too far. They are massacring our people in Helgeland. If the Alliance of Nations allows this to continue, Volksland will interfere in the island to protect her people. This was the last straw, said Chancellor Hegel. Arcasian and United Continental governments are believed to be in close contact with both leaders to calm the situation. If the superpowers cannot find a solution, the Markian Sea may plunge into chaos. The assembly overview? Yeah, sure. There we go. Legislative. Anything in particular that you were looking for? Classified. I mean, hey, he's studying the glorious writings of Swordish authors and poets and stuff. Well, hi to Al, Aaron. Sorry, that's what I meant. I meant to your side. Yeah. Polish your shoes, Hegel. Honestly, that's such an excellent episode. It'll be a shame if we don't have it happen again. Alright. Conrad, what's going on here? Intelligence report. Volksland might be preparing for major invasion. Oh, yikes. Okay. Industrial zone has seen some progress as well. We're at about 50%, give or take. So that's looking good. Military intelligence has reported a massive buildup of landing vehicles and Navy ships at the port of Wilburn on Volksland. Our agents are suspecting a massive naval military invasion of Helge Island or Agnolia in the future. It is not fully confirmed, as the buildup could be a mock-up exercise to divert eyes from elsewhere. Our covert agents will monitor the situation on the ground for as long as possible. Remember, a very big difference between our previous playthrough and this one is that we did not form a military alliance with Agnolia. So Volksland might be feeling a bit more bold because Agnolia has no friends. I mean, they're obviously in bed with Arcasia, right? At least to a degree. But Volksland is definitely probably feeling a little bit ballsier in this playthrough, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they actually make a move compared to last time. Especially once we become their allies, because that is entirely my intent. What's going on at Hallsword? Scholarship program proposal. Okay. A large volume scholarship program is proposed by Lucien to improve the conditions for the less fortunate students. The RAIN scholarship will cover most, if not all, expenses for an estimated 50,000 students at or below the poverty line. Oh. I'd like to say that we should save that budget for something more important. This option didn't come up last time. It's not a bad idea to have our name permanently, like, established. It's interesting, actually, that it's coming out of the government budget as opposed to a personal. I think, yeah, I see all your calls for do it. Yeah, I think this is one of those things that could really change public opinion, you know? So let's start that scholarship program. It's good PR, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Start that scholarship program. Good use of money, I think. The RAIN scholarship. Without draining our own personal wealth, it puts our name on something very important. Start that scholarship program. Good stuff. Welfare Education Scholarship. This scholarship has helped many students to proceed with their studies in university, since the financial cost required for studying at many universities in Sordland is quite substantial. That's good. I don't know. Frank may need it. I was tempted to hold on to it for other matters, but I feel like that could make a significant difference. Again, we can operate at a minor deficit, right? We can operate at a minor deficit. Discussion on the changes to the law. You know what, folks? That sounds like a long undertaking. And with Streamlabs acting up as it is, I think we'll save this for next time. I know we're ending a little early. I do apologize for that, but I feel like this might take us well over time. And like I was hinting at earlier, I do have this video that I want to drop shortly after the stream. I still have to review it one last time to make sure it's all, you know, good to go. Yeah, I feel like we should save this for next time. I feel like we should save this for next time. I don't want this to get interrupted 100 times. The next thing you know, it's like an hour spent on one conversation. I do hope to solve our issues for next time, folks. I do apologize for the streaming troubles today. Hope you all had a good time, though. Again, I do apologize for the slightly early finish, but I do think it's a good spot to end as well. We've said goodbye to Frank. We've got the burgeoning war. We've, as if to put a bow on my point that I was making, Streamlabs decides to crash. So, folks, I hope you had a good time. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button on your way out, whether you're watching live or you're watching the VOD. Massive thanks to our super chatters today. Again, that kind of stuff really helps support the channel, really helps keep all this stuff alive and running smoothly. And of course, no session is truly done without... Oh, look at that. Streamlabs is breaking on me completely. A massive thanks to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Again, y'all keep us alive and running smoothly, as I like to say. Really keep it all sustainable and possible. And of course, a big old thanks to each and every one of you for watching. Without, like I always say, without each and every one of you, none of this would be happening. So thank you so very much, whether you're watching live or you're watching the VODs. Again, exciting video about to drop on the channel in just a, quote-unquote handful of minutes. Very soon, let's call it. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I had a lot of fun making it, so I hope you had a lot of fun watching it. But until next time, folks, which would hopefully be Monday with Crusader Kings 3, cheers.